It's Tuesday afternoon, and you know what that means. It's time for Randomity with the Random Christian Show. Today, the Random Christian Show is interviewing photographer Rob Brodman. Do you love shameless promotion of your product or brand? Are you looking to branch into alternative marketing opportunities? Do you want two random hosts to pump your product and brand for 2 hours every Tuesday? Presenting sponsored packages for the Random Christian Show are available now. Just email therandomchristianshow@gmail.com for more information. The Random Christian Show is proudly supported by The Advisor. The Advisor is a Facebook group created by Colonel James Neil Broaddus, composed of multi-talents such as actors, directors, artists, writers, and more. If you fall into this category, contact them on Facebook at The Advisor. Intro music provided by the Dead Campers. Check them out on Spotify and at deadcampers.com. Next week, the Random Christian Show is interviewing musical mashup maestro Bill McClintock. My name is Andy, and now here's your host, Christian Random.
Yeah, there it is. The Dead Campers bringing us into the end of the year show. Yeah,
Last show of the year. There we go.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it.
Last show.
What's the mantra for Screw You 2022? Screw You 2022. Is that it?
I think it's just screw you the past few years, for God's sake. This has been a messy beginning of the
well, yeah.
20s.
I mean, the 20s. You know, I mean, I guess that's just the way it goes, because 20s sucked in the 1900s too, didn't it? Or no, 20s were fun. It was the 30s, right?
Yeah, 30s were kind of in the crap.
30s were tough. 30s were tough.
But 20s were Party City. So
that's right. Okay, yeah. So I'm off.
So no, but that's all right, because your 21st, birthday is supposed to be party time and whooping it up.
I'm talking about decades. I'm talking about the 1920s versus the 2020s.
Yeah. No, I got
you.
And those are actually centuries, but yeah.
No, they're decades.
1900s.
20s versus the 30s versus the 40s. Those are decades.
Oh, okay. I saw. Okay. I thought you said 1900s.
2020s versus the 1920s.
Which is how far apart?
It's 100 years. Yeah.
A century.
A century. Okay. Good for you. Well done.
I did.
But in terms of decades, 2020s have a lot to live up to. There you go. There you go. I picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue.
I did pick the wrong week to quit sniffing Sharpies. No, okay. I get it. All right. Thanks for proving, I'm wrong and you're right sometimes.
Well, I mean,
Well, I mean, you're going to get this and post it anyway, so it'll still.
Is it ever anything different?
No.
No. Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Most of the time, I'm right.
Yes. Sure. I will give you that. Yes.
When I'm by myself in my car driving, I'm usually right. Oh my God!
Why are you shifting out to the right?
This movie.
Ladies and gentlemen, nothing but the best here at the Random Christian Show. Let me tell you, highest quality production value ever.
I'm like sitting there, I'm like, why is everything moving on me?
You're listing lazily to the left. Like, what was going on? I don't understand it.
Captain, we sprung a leak. What the hell happened?
What was that? That was really funny. You got to get more. We need more gum to hold it up.
I need some more duct tape. Break out the Gorilla Glue. It's starting to fall.
Glue. We're gonna need lots of glue.
Welcome to the show, kids. It's the Random Christian Show. End of the year wrap up. Fun time. Technical glitches everywhere. Show.
It would not be a Random Christian Show if there wasn't a
one kind of technical. Shut up, Andy.
What?
Oh my God.
No, there you go. No, actually, that's you look great. You're looking. There you go. Half in, half out. You look great. You look wonderful there, sir.
I got my eye on you.
Oh, wait a minute. Can I make you feel better? How's that? Is that good? Is that better?
I did have garlic and pepperoni for lunch.
Wait a minute. Can you go the other way? Can we become Chris Andy?
Oh maybe we... No, I can't really.
No, we can't really do that. Okay, good. That would be weird.
That would be.
That's
wrong.
That's pushing the line a little bit, I think.
So many levels of wrong. What in the hell?
What do
you know? And in pre-show, Rob was like, "Yeah, your lighting really sucks, and your camera's probably." I'm like, "Yeah, it's a Walmart camera, for God's sakes, Rob."
Just be thankful he's wearing a hat.
Yeah, wait till the glare kicks in.
Right.
Speaking of hats,
makeup.
yeah, lots of powder.
Right.
Lots of powder on the shiny spot. Speaking of hats, hey, still got plenty available. The Random Christian Show hats. Hit me up on the website, therandomchristianshow.com or therandomchristianshow@gmail.com. And
they will make perfect stocking stuffers for next year.
Yeah. Or just party hats for the new year.
There you go. Yeah.
I think my cameraman's drunk. I think that's really this. I try to make one adjustment.
Christian has achieved orbit around the camera, ladies and gentlemen. You're coming into focus. What? No? Yes? Get you warm? You're cold. Okay, good. You're hot. There you go. There we go. We got it. Good job. Yeah. You're framed beautifully, sir. You're framed wonderfully now.
It's not going to last.
No, it won't, but that's the fun. That's the fun, right?
This is the fun of live interweb radio type show things.
Business.
I am Christian Random. That right there, this guy to my
hey. Left? No, this way. Yeah. Oh, Corey Hall's in here.
Whoa,
Jeff
what?
Strauss is here. He's waiting in the green room, Jeff. He will be out in a minute.
Yeah, man. Jeff, Mr. Impatience here. Jeez. But thank you for joining in the show. Let me get the chat fired up here so everybody can comment. And there's Corey Hall, maybe. No, there's somebody. There's Jeff. All right, Jeff. Welcome to the show, my friend. Where's the master photographer drunk? There's high possibility that there could be alcohol involved in all of that. So anyway, and Corey, yes, hello, sir. You guys shouldn't leave. No. As Rob's old roommate and good friend, I know not to leave Rob alone by himself.
We left him unsupervised.
Well, Rob, look what happened, or Jeff, look what happens to me with just a camera.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, his camera can't even stay in that. Oh my goodness, this is This is not going to end well. All right, so it is the Random Christian Show. We have Rob Brodman, photographer extraordinaire, going to be on here with us. Man of many talents, dude. This guy. I know he's got a lot of magazines and things like that he's done, but just off his website, all the stuff that he's done. There's just so many cool pictures, and I just love the way he captures things and gets a different look and gives you a different perspective of things. And it's just very, very cool. And yes, next week, kids, Bill McClintock, musical mashup master, and if you have not checked out some, I'm sure you've probably seen it. If you have any kind of social media, it's popped up somewhere on the Feliz Navidad with Van Halen. Was so all over the interweb. And brilliant.
That was just amazing. This is going to drive me nuts all day long. Here we go. Go.
Wow. It's gotten bad.
Ready for it?
It's gotten bad.
Ready for it?
Oh, wow. Christian.
Okay. Working it. Voguing. Okay. So that'll be next week, but it is the end of the year, and we like to do all sorts of fun end of the year things, like getting drunk before the show.
There you go.
There's no challenge of things getting spilled on soundboards and talking. Oh yeah, see, there we go. Everything's getting all wacky on the old soundboard, which is it's working perfectly. Yeah,
That's good.
I like that.
At least something works.
Yeah, it's what I get paid for. But so speaking of which, there's Sam and Dave. Sam and Dave, where are they? There they are, turning us loose on the end of the year with the random 9 list. You've all been waiting for it. We know you have, so don't lie. We've got what we like to call our last random 9 list of the year. It is based on things. It's kind of a theme with the show. 9 random things that we can picture happening in 2023.
Almost prognosticating what's going to happen in the future.
Oh, the Great Criskin. Yes. And speaking of which, I'm bringing in the glare. There it is.
There we go.
We're killing it in 2023 with 9 random things that we can picture off the top of my forehead. Boom! There it is. See, that's hitting the post, baby. That's what it's all about. And very few people know what I mean when I say that. But it's hot, and chicks dig it, usually. So anyway, we're going to commence with what we like to call 9 random things we can picture in 2023. And I'm going to start it off. All right. Hi, Rob and you guys.
Yeah. Hey, Rory.
Rory, welcome to the show, my friend. Number 9. People, these are things that we can picture in 2023. 9 is people actually spreading the word and getting supporters and subscribers to, yes, the Random Christian Show.
That would be nice.
Oh, yeah.
That would be nice. Yeah. I can see it. I can see it happening.
Yeah. Little Wilhelm scream for that one.
There you go.
So yeah, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell strange people in the store while you're buying Oreos and nachos because you had an edible. Yeah, edible. Yeah, sure. That's what they call them. You were baked out of your mind and you did it legally because you can do that now. All right. So moving on to number 8, random things we can picture in 2023. Andrew.
On that note, for as much as we mentioned them in 2022, I can picture a sponsorship from D's Nuts.
Oh yeah. Hey yeah. Yes.
Do you still have those in the studio, or did you finally break down and eat them?
No, they're gone.
Oh, they have been eaten.
Well, one bag got eaten. Bad?
Oh, okay.
No,
these nuts went bad.
There was one bag of nuts that was bad from the beginning. That was those jelly peanut butter.
Oh, sure, okay.
But you
choked on these nuts.
Oh, no, not this one. Damn it. Yeah, might have choked on them nuts.
Okay. All right.
Those nuts.
Yeah.
All right. So much for keeping it PG-13. All right. Let's see.
Yes, Corey, Chris just gagged.
Yeah. And I did. Thanks, Corey. Pastor Corey. Number 7. In 2023, Travis Dunn opens up a chain of paddlegrams across the U.S. and Andy is its first recipient.
So I'm gonna peel back the curtain on the magic of the Random Christian Show for a second. If people don't understand, I write the even ones and Christian writes the odd ones because we all know that if Travis Dunn started open a paddlegram, Christian, he would be your first stop, and
Oh no, I still get Facebook notifications like remind Andy it's his birthday.
Right? Yeah.
He's got something for you on that one. I'm not sure what it's all about, but
so we'll
just move along.
This is the one reason why I haven't officially friended Travis Dunn on any social network.
Yes, it is true that I do write the odd ones, Corey. Thank you.
Yes.
I mean, what else would I write?
Right.
Number six.
Number 6, I can actually picture a weekly #1 rating in Good Pods for the Random Christian Show. It's gonna happen.
I think so.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
We had one this year. Remember, we had one.
That's right. No, we had one. We'll have more.
Yeah. So now we're just gonna So one week of being #1. That was awesome.
Keep that gravy train going.
Yeah. Let's just get a spoonful
something right,
of gravy.
some sort of gravy.
Maybe a very dry biscuit to sop up what's left on the plate, and
right.
we break our $10 mark with Spreaker, and
there we go. We actually get a check.
Yeah, we hit the big time, baby. We got $10.
Number 5.
Yeah, we're gonna move to number 5. Thank you.
Number 5.
Number 5 in 2023. How about this? A streaming service that allows well-endowed ladies in provocative clothing, or apparently anyone that wants attention, to go live and sit there and stare at the camera and get money from total strangers for sitting and staring at a camera. Oh, that's TikTok. That's TikTok.
Yeah.
That's TikTok Live. Never mind.
Clearly you don't spend much time on the internet, sir.
Yeah, no, not really.
Right.
No, but every time I have, it's like, what are these people? Why are they staring back at me? What's
right? Yeah.
It's getting creepy. I'm not comfortable anymore. Yeah. So. Anyway, well, let's just move on to number 4.
Okay, so wow, this just seems so apropos considering our very smooth beginning of the show. Number 4, I can picture a world where Christian and technology actually get together and work in harmony. This was written prior to this show starting, by the way. This isn't gonna fly.
There's nothing gonna win on that one. It's just a lot of
that boat has sailed.
We'll do it live. Okay.
Yeah, we're doing it live.
We'll do it live.
Yeah. Don't write it and we'll do it live.
I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Yes, get him, Bill. Bill, take it over. Yeah. No, we love technology here. All right. Oh, well, this will be a good one, and I'm sure lots of people will enjoy this. Then yes,
we need a writer that actually knows your cast. Oh, that is so true.
Well,
we got the Don Vick show. The Don Vick show is here as well. Hey,
welcome, Don. Number 3 is very apropos to Corey Hall's little comment right there.
Yeah.
In 2023. The time has come for grumpy old men to be de-evolved into.
Where did he go? Wait, where's the grumpy old man? We're de-evolving the grumpy old man? What's happening here? Christian? Hello? Christian?
It's back to manic millennial Gen Z being.
Oh, yeah. Man.
That's right.
Oh,
I'm here now. Not only do I get offended by everything and have no way of being recognized, I expect work to be done for me while I get crypto and paid to be respected for making that choice. Yeah, that waves.
That's wow. Right. All right. So
don't classify me.
What should I call you in the meantime?
Bugs.
Bugs? Okay. All right. All right.
You can call me,
while you're
here. Are you
hitting
hitting on me?
No, I'm absolutely not hitting on you. Let's go to number 2 while Christian is gone.
It's
9 random things. 9 random things that we can picture in 2023. Bigfoot. I'm still amazed that with all the technology at everybody's fingertips, nobody has a clear picture of this creature yet. Like, we're finally gonna get.
Whoa. Why are you classifying him as a creature?
That's what he is. He's a creature.
How do you know?
Well, I'm assuming that because
Are
nobody
we creatures?
Exactly.
What are you?
I'm a human. I'm a human male. Oh, I can't. I'm offending
You're
Bigfoot.
hung up on
I'm
genders.
offending
You are
Bigfoot by classifying him as a creature. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Sorry. What do you identify as? What do you?
I am a being.
A being. Okay. All right.
With
well, you know what?
Wonderful.
Since Christian is finally gone. Finally gone. Well, I said that like I've been waiting for that for a while.
Are you sure?
It's the Random Andy show now. I'm gonna do number one. The number one thing that we can picture in 2023. A world where we can unite Batman and Iron Man, and they can work together as a true dynamic duo.
Whoa.
What?
Okay.
What do you have here?
Batman, Iron Man.
Are you kidding me? Really?
You know, they wear suits. There's no real definition of who or what they are. They're just bats and iron.
They identify as men.
And if they were together, they'd be iron bats.
Oh, wow.
I've got a lot of NFTs that I'm sure I could build my own iron bat suit.
Oh, sure. Okay. That's great.
And my crypto.
Can we talk to Christian again?
I'd really
like to talk to Christian.
There's some weird guy over here, and he's really staring at me, and he's offending me because I'm.
Oh, of course, yes. You're a.
He said that the random 9 list is over. It's a new year. We're all new in our own way.
Well, you don't have a name. You have a vocalization. You're a grunt. You have a grunt.
It's meaning, and it has purpose.
Okay.
Without classification.
No, absolutely not.
Or genderization.
Yes. Right.
Or purpose.
It's fluid. It's absolutely, completely fluid.
Oh, something's happening.
Oh, please, Christian, come back. Please, Christian, come back. Oh, man. I have no idea I have no idea what just happened.
What happened?
I don't know.
Are you sure? Who did you let into this place?
Not my studio, sir.
Oh, that's true.
It's the Random Christian show on the wall back there. It's not the Random Andy show.
And we're about a couple thousand miles away.
Hey,
but that was the Random 9 list. Yeah, that was fun and sexy. I'm a little confused, to be honest with you. I'm not sure about much of anything at this point.
I would be too. Yeah.
What the hell was that?
You're asking me?
Well, hopefully that doesn't come back anytime soon. 30 minutes in the green room. Brodman's brown coated
the walls by now. Set him free. We're doing that. Get him in.
I like Jeff. Jeff's my new friend.
Yes.
Well, yeah. All right, Jeff. So yeah, listen, and we're gonna have I'm making a little sidebar note right now. Me and Rob are old friends from way back. We were roommates back in college.
Okay.
Grew up together in high school and junior high, and so there may be things said that are complete crap, and he's totally lying. I'm just letting that out right now. So, but with that being said, I know this is his favorite group. It's his favorite, one of his favorite songs. And I thought of no better way to introduce photographer extraordinaire, Rob Brodman, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome.
That's hilarious. By the way, Jeff has been biting his tongue. I can that guy is ready to rip you apart. He does say you owe him 20 euro for a six-pack because it's midnight in Finland and he's just kind of trying to get you going. So,
Oh, wow.
Oh,
that's amazing.
jeez.
he says to me, he goes, I need to see the Brodman face. So here I am.
There he is.
Thank you
Boom.
very much for listening.
And
Thanks
Jeff,
for
we
having
are
me on,
actually.
Jeff. It's been I'm stoked to be a part of it. Killer. Thank
No,
you.
this dude, I'm very excited to get you on. We've been kind of planning a good time for this, and I thought there's no better way to end this year
No
than
shit.
with Mr.
damn it.
Oh my God!
Ding.
That was exact. I mean, so you guys started. I sat through the green room. I apologize. I'm sorry. I sat through the green room listening to you guys, and I've got my notes here. You're talking about the 20s, right? So the 20s have started.
Oh my God, Rob's taking notes.
What else am I going to do? I'm sitting here listening to you. I want to have some banter for you.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
So Gatsby, that's what we were living through.
Yeah.
We just went through it, but we got slapped with this thing that hit us all and made us ill and whatever. The thing that's kind of come through it is division, it seems. But when you're talking to people, everybody kind of wants to be a part of everybody getting better. So
Yeah.
I think we're going to make some transition. I think there's going to be a lot of problems with however it gets done because you're referencing with whatever you got going on in your head. You might want to see a doctor. You might want to just hang out and let everybody else see it. But that's all good, right? So that whole gender thing is tripping me out. It's become this thing where it is kind of a hi Ray.
Welcome, Ray.
No, these comments. I got all these things going. Potty mouth. Yeah, you know. Jeez. How many pictures have you got of the urinal from me? Huh?
Oh, God. And
Anyway.
welcome to the Random Christian Show.
There we go.
Now you know this is where it all
you got all
started.
these things. It's wild times for us, and I'm really thankful that my life has gone in such a tremendously great way of having a lot of things that I never expected of being involved with people and family and all that kind of stuff was never really intended in my world. So I was always with that. The photography was kind of this thing that I was going to use as an escape and be able to just get out and travel and shoot. And I found that a majority of that just comes in from the wanting to go do it. Right. Everybody, because everybody's doing it now. So it's become this thing it's ubiquitous. We all have a camera in our pocket. And
Whoa, Mr. Frenchy words there. All right. Settle down with the fancy stuff. Ubiquitous. Oh,
You gotta remember who you're talking to up there.
Well, I got baby.
I can barely get a camera
to
to stand still. So no, I actually I feel smarter just for knowing that.
Well, it's too many syllables. Okay, I'll pull it back, Corey.
For Corey.
That's the tagline of the show should just be "Dumb it way down." That's the tagline of the show.
Way
down.
Ray Sanchez checked in here, and he's another old roommate of mine from photography school. No,
really?
Like Jeff. You know I don't drink much. I really don't. It's alcohol's. I found it to be a bad poison for me.
Yeah. Oh, hey, hello.
Do a lot of stupid things on the stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
Rob, I think we don't have to bear witness to that at all.
No. I'm just saying we all do, and that's the weird thing about it is that's the one that our government says is okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This one's great. Just don't drive while you're drinking and.
Whatever. Yeah, you know.
Don't be around a lot of people.
Don't do damage to others.
Yeah.
Right?
All right.
Right.
Try to do good for people.
Okay, so we're moving on away from the alcoholic version of this show. Yeah, yeah, that's what we're supposed to be talking about besides our past. And
I fully expect more skeletons to come out during the show. So
yeah,
I'm not picking any bones. We had
hey, Rob, remember who used to take the pictures down in Santa Barbara?
Is that what you do? You just kind of.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Is that the way to do that?
Yeah.
By the way, Andy, I noticed that you got to the point where the Random Christian Show had crossed over to the point where it was just a little bit of a line in the middle of it all.
What happened? I lost everybody. Oh, there we are.
There's this stuff. It's blue tack, and you put it on the bottom right where that little thing rotates. What is a piece of that right there?
Oh, there you go. It's good. It's good.
Looks like I picked the wrong data.
Photography oriented.
Yeah. So, if you're just joining us, Rob Brodman, photographer extraordinaire, is here giving me a lot of crap. Which, it's basically just another random Christian show.
Not meant as crap to you at all, Chris. I love you, man.
No, I know. I'm just, in fact, here, look what I did for you. Boom.
Hey,
world-renowned photographer and Pelican.
If I could only. What a graceful animal, right?
So yeah, we're gonna get into that because I know that's an obsession. Now, okay, I got it. Okay, since we were talking about the past, so real quick, I want to bring a couple of things. First off, I found it absolutely amazing that you were in the Coast Guard.
Yeah, I did that with Greg Hars.
Yeah, and now how long were you in for?
So I signed a contract for 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
I did 3 years of active reserves. I did one summer, which kept me short of having enough time to be a vet. But after doing, I kind of got, I got fed up with them because it got to be more of a law enforcement service than a life-saving service. And there were a lot of things that I didn't necessarily agree with. And I finally felt like it didn't have anything for me. So I asked to be let out.
Oh.
And then they lost all the paperwork and everything went through, and that was that. So I was honorably discharged, and they asked me to re-up the next year. So I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah. Well,
it was a great time. The guys that I worked with on the boat, I really loved being a part of the crew. And I think that's something that I've always enjoyed about a lot of my photography in the professional world, is working as a team, a collaborative, and putting things together. The guy Jeff Strauss that has been popping off. He's a guy who's put together so many incredible teams. He's designed studios for all sorts of huge companies, and I've gotten the opportunity to work for him in a variety of different scenarios with some really great photographers. So as much of a game that it becomes, it sometimes it's a lot of fun being involved in something that you're all working together to create something. And the Coast Guard kind of had that because you were saving people, and that kind of thing. You're all working together to do a common good.
Yeah. That's what it's all about. Everybody getting along, being cool with each other, and just making the world a better place.
Yeah, right. Try to teach people to just
chill.
Well, try to be a good influence and do good for your community.
Yeah. Positive influence. That's yeah.
Unlike our youth.
So. Yeah, I'm still the most negative guy around. I know that. His school has a photography club, and I wish I'd worn the shirt. It says be more negative with a picture of a camera.
Yes.
So he had to buy one for me.
There it is. There. Now I hit the right button. All right. So no, okay. I love the fact that you got to, because I mean the Coast Guard, if there was one place I'd like to go, if I had to serve,
Yeah,
it would have been
that
Coast Guard.
was yeah, exactly. Why not join a life-saving service?
Right.
Right.
And
in both-
protecting our actual shores instead of going abroad and attacking other people.
Oh, in
for
Vietnam,
other
they
reasons.
had the highest per capita death rate.
Really?
Yeah, because they were having
Oh,
to take
wow.
all up the river boats in the 82s.
Oh, wow.
41s in the 82s, they were taking those up the rivers and they were just sitting ducks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That's crazy.
250 cows up on the bow and
Yeah.
they'd be cruising down, but they just sit around in the back and kill them.
Done.
Yeah.
Boom.
Wow.
So now where were you serving? Where were
Morro
you
Bay.
in the Bay Area?
I stayed in San Luis Obispo when I went to school. So the way I did it was GI Bill kind of a deal. You get this opportunity that they're going to give you money, and it's really difficult to deal with sometimes, I guess, just the way it ran. But
Yeah.
Joined up because I had, even in high school, I was going to join the Marines, and Walker and Hars over a bottle of tequila talked me out of doing that. So that one, at least I didn't do that at 17. And then a few years later, I saw this opportunity and I told Greg about it, and he joined up with me. We did the buddy system, which was just a joke, but we kept us separated. Greatest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
It was the biggest, hardest, challenging mentally, physically. You push past your limits. It's good for you.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. No, you get to find out what it's like to be alive. Well, I've been through. I was in, and I mean it's nowhere near the same, but I was in Sea Scouts where like we had to swim, in the bay.
Right
we
on.
had to swim a mile in the bay or something like that. Felt like all day.
How old
but-
were you when you went into the Sea Scouts?
17, 16,
Cool.
somewhere 14. Yeah, because I just started driving. So, but
I
yeah, that
hope
was
not 14.
what?
I hope not 14.
Right.
As far as you know, it wasn't 15 or anybody that was near me while I was driving and trying to figure out reverse and park. But no, it's a lot of work, and I'm just wondering if you were in San Luis Obispo when I was down there in radio. That's what years?
I left. I got there in 87 and left in 97.
Oh yeah, you were there while I was there.
What were you on? What radio? What station?
Slide 96 FM. Yep, that's right. And
Fly 96.
Slide 96, and then KZOZ 93.3.
I remember.
Oh, yeah.
I listened to K-Pig. Sorry.
Yeah. No.
Oh, yeah.
K-Pig was the underground kind of station out there. Maui Media
let's-
Cartel. Hey,
Yeah, that's a little Carlo action.
yeah,
And
it
Adam-
is.
Carlo and
Right
Adam
on,
asked
gentlemen.
about AI art.
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, yeah,
right,
yeah,
Andy. This just gets into when you guys were sitting into the crypto concept, all that, and we talked
Yeah.
about this a little bit before about trying to understand KCPR,
NFTs.
right? Yeah, I kind of, I don't know what I think about it. I think if there's somebody's going to do things with it, Carlo. Somebody's going to create something with it that makes it actually their creation, other than just the concept in itself is obviously right. I mean, isn't
Right.
that art and just
Yeah.
being able to create that idea? But is the AI creation of anything after that? Is that art, or is that just repetition?
Yeah, I feel like this is almost the same conversation as are DJs musicians, right? If you're taking somebody else's
Samples, you're saying?
right, yeah. Well, and I mean, but just guys who go up and spin records, but end up putting different beats behind it, end up putting different, and I mean, maybe a more, but
They put their own spin on it.
hey,
There you go.
Welcome
set
to
you
the
up
show.
perfectly for that one.
You deserve that one.
Yeah.
Right. But for years and years and years, I was adamant that DJs weren't musicians because I play guitar, right? And
Right.
I played in a band, with two other guys that, played guitar, we sang, we did drums, we played all the instruments ourselves. But this guy just comes up and plays a record and spins a record, puts a beat underneath it, right? But then
Yeah.
you do see those people who take it to that next level that really make a song
Something different.
its own thing. So I think
Isn't
AR
that copyright, like you've got this whole thing where the copyright aspect and plagiarists, Corey, maybe it is a little bit, but there's this photography. God, so this is the problem with this aging process and concussions and all the things that seem to happen.
Concussions.
Well, I don't know if it could be other things, but I'm with the amount of concussion, I broke my face 22 years ago, and that one was a pretty solid slam. I got 5 titanium plates in my face. But
was that before or after the bong hit?
Well, it was actually on the way to work.
So before.
And it was after. But it was a long time ago.
Okay, sorry. I'm not making fun of your face plant. Sorry.
So anyway, shit. Now, see, so there was this there was an artist claimed that taking everybody's Instagram pictures and just printing them large with the comments became art in and of itself. And I can't remember his name. And come on, if you're still listening, Strauss, I know you know who I'm talking about. That's why they call it dope. Exactly. Thanks. So you can do whatever you want. Keep talking. Anyway.
Anywho, so we were.
It was a copyright infringement,
right?
They gave it over because they said that he had changed it by 20%. And it just didn't.
Oh, so there was a little fine line thing there.
Seems mesmerizing, surprising. Coders are some of the greatest artists. Okay, yes, it's true, Carla. That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
in my opinion, yeah.
Any opinion on drone photography? He's baiting me because he knows that he knows.
Okay, well, let's actually get back into. We're gonna bring all this up here in a minute, Carla. Yeah. Now let's go. Okay, so you left the Coast Guard. I know you went out to Hawaii for a while.
Yeah.
Right.
Went over there right after. Yeah. And then, then I bailed out of that. I had the opportunity to go back to live in the house where Tommy lived, where he had died in San Diego.
Oh wow!
The intention was to just go straight back to Hawaii. I think I don't know what I want. 21 years old, and Alistair asked me if I got kicked out of that house at the end of this when summer came around. It's time to go, and I didn't have any plan. And Al says, "Well, come up and you can work up at the warehouse for CCS." And I went to San Luis Obispo, and it was Ryan Iwanaga and Alistair and Steve Fisher and Brent was there, and then Kevin Story and Dave Story. It was just this huge group of people that I ended up being like right in line with, and I started going to junior college at Cuesta, and a girl in my class, Sherry Gertler, Sherry and me. She's a photographer, artist, and lives up here, and she's back and forth. She's all over the place, but she was going to major in photography, and she was putting together a portfolio in this photo class I took as an elective, and I was like, "You can major in this?"
Kind of like we went, hey, philosophy is really a class? What?
Well, that was what got me back into school. I took life saving and philosophy. Those are the first two classes I took, and I was like, "Yeah, this is killer. I can do this."
Yeah. We thought we could do philosophy until we met that one East Indian professor, and we were just like, "What did she just say? Oh my god!" And then we just be baked out of our brains for the next 2 days trying to figure out what she was talking about.
I went at Santa Barbara City. You said I went to Santa Barbara City. I got a 0.85 GPA. That's why I moved to Hawaii. I always school wasn't really my program.
We went to class. I will say that we especially philosophy and astronomy. Those were great classes.
I guess I was in second
especially on under the influence of some things. So okay, so you developed this flair for photography. Oh, look, you've got my cameraman. There he is. Oh, it's the dog. Oh,
Oh,
There you
look
go.
at
what's
that.
up, buddy?
He
He's
wants to
fine.
play, and he won't leave me alone.
Oh,
Good boy.
yeah.
Go away.
He wants to play. Go away.
Now okay, so then you just kind of started getting the photography bug
Yeah,
and
I ended up.
started
I
playing around with some things and
put a portfolio together and went to Cal Poly for photography and majored in applied art and design with a concentration in photography. So it gave a
Wow.
pretty good rounded art order, and that Carlo and I really started hanging out a lot back then too. So that was where he's a graphic designer and just does amazing work.
yeah, oh yeah, I've seen some of
He's
Carlos'
just a
work.
super creative guy, musician. You were saying that.
Yeah.
He plays all sorts of instruments. Amazing saxophone player too.
Ooh, wow.
Now okay, so but now where you got this? I mean, seriously, you have this great eye for just at first, like I was looking at some of your pictures, I'm like, now why would you do it? But then I started looking at the picture, I'm like, wow, that's a really cool perspective. That's a
Yeah.
really cool shot. Like even in like, some of your pictures of people, I was going through your whole portfolio, man. And I was just like, wow.
That's why all the hits from Kansas City. I was wondering.
Yeah. Well, I do have some technical knowledge about some things, and I figured out how to make some bots.
I tried to make my website as easy as possible to get through.
Yeah, I got lost.
I wanted to be able to show a lot of different stuff. I really like. My favorite thing is getting to meet people and shoot their story. Like figure out what are they when that to me is like that's the funnest job that I do, because you're involved, and when people do things, they're usually interesting people, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's fun to be able to learn from them, see what they're doing, and that kind of stuff. And then oh hey, this is my Christmas hat, and the reason I'm wearing it is because I didn't get a chance to.
Yeah, because you got hair.
It out, yeah. But
yeah,
it's a big moss. My wife knitted this for me, and
nice.
She got the yarn when we got engaged in Kinsale, Ireland, at a friend's wedding.
Oh wow,
nice.
That's cool.
We just finished it.
That is cool.
3 years later, she finally finished it.
Wow.
Just in time to cover your mop for the show. So
that's what I needed. I was like, "Ooh, perfect, yeah."
Or you could have gone with my option, which
I tried that. I shaved my head one time. Man, I'm ugly.
Yeah, no, I remember when you used to cut your hair real short. Oh, that's right. I was going to bring in that picture. I got some pictures of us back in Santa Barbara. I was going to bring in. I forgot.
You doing hand plants?
That and some other things. But nobody believe it unless I actually showed the picture. So
yeah.
But okay, so now you kind of are, and I don't mean this in a bad way, because when you're looking at your portfolio, you're really all over the place.
Yep.
You don't have one certain niche that you stick with.
It's my detriment. Like everybody says you have to be a master at whatever, and this is, if you don't pigeonhole yourself and be, I kind of want the idea. I do all sorts of things, and I do them all well in my mind, and
see,
if I don't think that way, then I'm not doing things right, and I always want to try to do better. I also know that there's times where I get caught in something, and it's the puzzles or the parts that I enjoy working on, trying to figure out what needs to happen to make something look the way it's supposed to look, or get me to wherever I need to be.
Which and we've got some of your pictures here. I don't know, are we ready to delve into this yet, or I mean, because I seriously, you've got so many just different perspectives. And, like I said, there's pictures of people, there's landscapes, there's the Pelicans, which we've got to get into. But I mean, there's just so many different things that you never focused on just one straight thing. And I just found it amazing. What is the inspiration behind it? I mean, I know some of it's work where you're working for clients and they're like, we need pictures of this or that, or and you've worked with Sunset Magazine.
That's the main. I worked with them for 4 years as a staff. I was like a contract staff photographer for them. So I did all sorts of different stuff for them, and that taught me it taught me how not to see.
Wow.
Myself, right? Like, and it's nothing against, it's just when you're working editorially and you're beginning, I guess maybe it was just because it was early in my career, but I felt like I needed to look a certain way to fit with their aesthetic, right? And that's what you're being hired to do. It's not, they're only hiring, they want your aesthetic, but your aesthetic needs to match up with what they're trying to get across.
Right.
Yeah.
So any sort of artist that has a boss in that regard they have their vision of what they do, right? And you get an assignment and you say, oh, I have the perfect idea for it. I think it's going to look awesome. You do it, you turn it in, and they're like, no.
Yeah.
Like this.
That's why you need to have collaborative conversation beforehand of what you're really trying to look for. And then the other side is trusting that what you're putting out there is actually why they're hiring you, right? So I went into a portfolio review that I paid to talk to different people, in this photographer, Antonin Krachovic, I believe is correct. I probably just slaughtered his name. His work is all just raw, and I absolutely love it because of the way he's involved. Everything is in your face, and he's in super rough and dramatic, straight kinds of scenes, Eastern Europe and stuff. But he looked at it, and he's looking through my portfolio, and all of the images that were my images, he was looking at and saying, it just kind of, and they he'd just say crap. And it would always be the ones that I had shot for Sunset. And I had put a bunch of that into it. And he says, I don't understand why you have so many good photos and such crap.
Wow.
Because poo's cool. I don't know.
No, because it just was doing what somebody else is looking for.
Wanted. Right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And like you were saying, it's kind of like and maybe this is a very broad generalization, but which, why not? Elvis with the Colonel. The Colonel had him doing what he wanted him to do, but with Elvis's own flair into it. And Elvis, whatever. I know it's a totally different spectrum of things, but still the idea.
Elvis fan.
But Elvis, I mean, and I kind of got caught up in the whole Elvis thing there for a little while when the movie came out. So I did some research and started looking at some things, and really Elvis was a very talented individual, and he was very spiritual and all that. But the Colonel, saw all this. He saw the amassment of talent, but he had to do it, his way.
He saw the charisma.
Yeah.
And that's the same reason Bill Clinton.
Oh yeah.
It's a charisma thing. It's like,
man.
There's guys, right? There's people that just have that, and it's something to do with confidence. But then look at what happened to him in the end. He just destroyed himself with drugs and.
Well, yeah, he fell apart trying to be what he thought he was going to be, and
he had to make amends with being taken completely. Yeah.
Yeah, he'd taken into his own out of his realm, really, into being part of the colonel's realm, and then taking himself back, trying to fight that whole battle. So
Right.
you got way ahead of that game because apparently of this
I
guy
got
going,
lucky. I've just gotten really lucky.
well, and you had some great guidance apparently, because this guy
Yeah.
right there was saying, "What the hell are you doing?" You know.
Yeah.
I had very similar things back when I was in radio. You know,
Yeah.
I was very fortunate to have program directors like, yeah, you need to have this or that, you know. And then I had program directors that were scared of me because I was doing, you know, I was pushing the boundaries and I was doing stuff, and they're like, yeah, no, we're gonna put you in the
You're going to cause us trouble.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll give you the midnight to 6 a.m. Well, you know what happened? I started getting ratings and drawing a crowd from midnight to 6 a.m. because I wasn't
Everybody
gonna,
else is drunk.
well,
Yeah.
yeah. And I got those drunk people to do a lot of things on air, so it was pretty amazing. Yeah. When you start a contest called Annoy Your Neighbor, yeah, that's a good
Wow.
time. And then
I gotta say, I am full on
convenience store Olympics.
I just want to wring people's necks when they're, you know, just get to be such a crotchety old man.
Uh-oh.
Right?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Is it?
No, I thought we just retired that,
Did
Christian.
he die? Or is he? Oh.
Well, no,
Is
you
this
can't
where his
say
split personality
can't-
comes in?
yeah, you can't say crotchety old man and not have
Flibbity
you know,
flab. Back in my day, we didn't have crotchety old men. We just had crotches. That's right. And they were all inflamed and worn out and broken apart. And people walk by and go, oh, look at that crotch. It's ugly. And it's so old. And we'd be like, well, too bad, because that's the way it was and we liked it. Flibbity flab. That's right. I said it. Flibbledy.
Flibbledy?
Without the flab. That's right.
Flibbledy.
Flibbily.
Flibbledy.
Flibbily? Flibbily.
Yeah,
a
you
good-
know when those
that's a-
words
What
become
happened?
sounds,
What
it's just
happened?
I know, yeah.
Things got all kind of dark and
you
weird.
become aware of your tongue, and then you're ruined.
Right.
So, but no, I think you had great direction with these guys.
That was a good one. And then I've had so many really great photographers around me working in big studios. I got to work with a lot of people that really knew what they were doing, that I learned from them after the whole thing, with kind of in between. I assisted for a while in the studios and then went to shoot in a lot of them. And that's where the collaborative working on a set, where you're trying to design something and you really get into all sorts of different components of art, of color and form and texture and light, and how things are going to, when you have complete control of the whole situation, that's your
Right.
puzzle, right? That's the part that's really a lot of fun. So right over there. Yeah. So I'm stoked because my house, I've got a little photo studio. I've got some lights that I can set up and set and do little art pieces that I've been working on, kind of some stuff that's similar to what I've done back in college. I kind of started a whole series of things where I was painting with light, and I'm kind of putting my head back into this. Almost through the pandemic time, allowed my brain to just work on weird stuff, find things.
Okay, well now let's go into some of your pictures, because I want people to understand what I'm talking about, because like I said, you have a very broad palette of how you're doing stuff. Oh, well, thank you, Andrew. Okay, so here's one right here, and I think this one is just
kind of
super
losing.
cool.
You lose a little bit because you got some sort of
let me get the scroller
that
off
that
here.
takes the whole picture out of. You miss the whole picture with that thing underneath.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where is the
hold
scroller?
on. I got it.
Can you remove the scroller? Thank you.
I will remove the scroll.
Okay.
I don't want to lose out, but there you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. The wave down in the bottom, perfect.
Balance.
You know.
Yeah.
And then, so what is that in the background? Now, is that a pelican or is that a whale tail?
No, just a little bird flying
Oh.
through. Now this is where the digital thing comes in. Should I have just retouched that? Should I have just taken that out?
No, not at
No.
all.
I don't
No,
know.
that's part of the shot.
No, because it catches your eye. So that's where
Yeah.
and then you get into what is the art of it? Is it becoming more of a painting then rather than a photograph?
But the one thing that I mean, okay, always love the wave. I'm
Yeah.
a huge. I used to sit and just watch you guys surf for hours on end. But I love
You're
the
stoned.
horizon. Well,
Yeah.
I was
Right. No, totally. And it lines up with that bird. So that's kind of why I ended up staying.
But
Yeah.
I mean, but the sky above it, the way the colors go gradient,
Yeah.
into one another, that almost looks like you generated that with the computer. But I know it's not.
No.
But it's just so.
Well, yeah, I
mean,
did actually, but technically, I did generate that with a computer. Optics go through and hit a digital sensor, and the
Oh,
computer
all right,
interprets
mister.
that. Well, no, that's the reality of it. The film is magic. Silver gelatin prints. That guy's Jeff Strauss. He has an amazing collection of photography. You walk through his house and it's stunning. But there's something different with the digital. And yes, Carlo, right? Is that correct? Am I supposed to be interacting with the
No, yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
no, totally.
yes, absolutely.
So here you go, Carlo, right? That's the AI thing, and then the digital and whether or not it all I don't know how to decide what's what. It's just that I think the craft and the magic really do lie in film and print.
No, absolutely.
I love digital. It works so well. It's so the envelopment of all of your channels, all of your shadows, your curves, everything's available to you. You can do whatever you want, and it opens up a whole other avenue. And I absolutely hated computers. I talked to my teachers. I said, I'm never going to work in a computer. I'm not going to do that stuff. And lo and behold.
So now are you saying this kind of taps into what Carlo was talking about with the AI art and all that? I mean,
I don't know if it necessarily taps into the AI aspect of it, but iPhone cam artist. Exactly. But it's true. And it's just whatever gets created. If Rory Earnshaw, he's a master printer. That is Rory, the guy who took my photograph, Rory Earnshaw, master printer, master photographer, shoots large 8x10 film. It's an art in there, and the art what you've said is maybe my perspective is what I get out of it. Anybody can make a Brodman.
That is a snazzy picture of you. Now, see, and I love this. This is just, I mean, were you just sitting there and you're like, I'm looking up. That's cool.
Yeah.
Or did you sit there and
swimming through and knowing there's all that form around. So a lot of it is I'll make probably three frames in a pass underneath things like that, and just swim through and shoot a few.
Right.
It's a lot of, then it's come back and see which ones work. I don't run a movie and go back and try to find which exact frame, but yeah, that's what I'm looking for on those kinds of things. Just that feeling of being immersed.
Now this, I mean, dude, seriously.
So that's a Walker bait got me on this one.
Right.
Walker.
Walker.
Yeah. I'd photographed the bridge years and years ago. And when I used that big word, and I won't do it again, Corey, I promise.
Ubiquitous.
Oh,
it's etched in my brain.
Matt got into this stuff, and he and Berto were going out and comp stomping is what they were calling it, because everybody goes out and they photograph these same things, and they're looking for that photograph that's the same, because they're all trying to learn from each other as this become this collective, right? It's a different game. The level for entry is way lower, but at the same time, the things that people are creating are far, far greater.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Matt would go up and he'd call me and say, "Hey, do you want to go up and shoot the bridge, or it's going to be a low LFE, the low fog event."
Yeah.
Because I just lived around the corner. I was always, he'd call me up and I'd run out and go do some with him. And sometimes I'd just photograph the guys all taking the same photograph. This one just this one worked out really well for me. I liked it. So.
Yeah, and you have to explain low fog event, because when you're in San Francisco, that's an event. A low fog event is huge.
Yeah.
Thank you, Wendy.
That shot is absolutely. Pull it back one more time.
Oh, hold on. Here, I'm gonna bring it. Okay.
What I love is, and you see a lot of pictures where it's very picturesque. You've got the Bay. That's the Bay Bridge, right?
Yeah, in the far back there.
Yeah. So okay. There.
Tower.
Okay. That's
Coit Tower.
Right.
Golden Gate Bridge. You're over at Kirby Cove.
Okay. So, but what I love is it's this odd section of the bridge. It's not like, a big mass shot or anything of the main. Yeah. But it's just this one little part. And like the moon isn't even centered in between the bars or anything. It's just, there's so much uniqueness about every part of these pictures. And that's what I love about this stuff, man. You go, oh, that's a cool picture. But then you start looking, you're like, well, what? Okay. Whoa.
I liked being able to have Coit Tower back there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and
That's
yeah,
so cool.
it's all lit up. I mean, it's just, there's just so many different things going on. Like I said, in this picture, as to where
this is where digital just rocks.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I can process out two images and blend them together and bring, like, to be able to get the moon to pop like that, right?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
That's
And then the way it's reflecting on the clouds, it's not like a perfect even, like, you get these people that's just, it looks like a mirror image, on each side. You could cut the picture in half and it's perfect on each side. No, this is totally just abstract. It's unique, and you're not going to see this picture anywhere else. And that's what I love about it. And
that's all I want. I don't ever want to, I don't ever really want to copy what other people do. It doesn't do anything for me. And my, lately it's kind of, you just want to just keep trying different things. Berto really put it to me. He's like, anything you got in your head, you just got to go do.
Yeah. Berto, I mean, good Lord. Yeah. Mr. Consolidated Skateboards. Okay. And then this, okay, here we go. We're starting with the Pelicans, which, I mean, dude, I was like, Pelicans, why would you do it? But then I've always
look at those wing tips, dude. Look at those little, at the little flips up on the tips of those things. They're just going to, they're just going to flex, and the whole thing just is so fluid. And then all of a sudden they're this gangly, awkward thing. Just grace.
Which it looks like Rob's skateboarding. Trust me. So I get I get it. Trust me. I've witnessed Rob skating and be like, how the hell did he pull that? He looked like he was about to face plant, and you pull off this cool little slide, and anyway. But I get that, how you move. And like you said, there's just so many. There was one point with 160. Jeff, we got to. But yeah, there's so many. I mean, because they're especially like, well, let's show another Pelican shot if we can.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah, this is cool. Yeah,
I don't do a lot of surf photography.
Right.
So this whole thing, the whole being in the water photographing, came around, I don't know, like 2008, 7, 6. I had a Nikonos before, but it never really was something I swam with. And so I was doing that for a little bit, and that was just black and white film. And then I bought some cheap little point and shoot things. Like, I never really wanted to risk it, and it wasn't that big of a thing. I still wanted to surf. I still wanted to keep doing what I was doing in the water, but then the photography kind of got to be I got a housing, and once I did that, it just became a different game for me because the balance of it worked a lot better than the Nikonos, and I just felt more in control or something. I don't know. I had more. Maybe it was because it was digital, but it let me do it and found a better thing for me in being in the ocean now. Like I enjoy going out and shooting pictures more than I enjoy surfing. I just body surf anymore anyway. So it's all version of being in the ocean with it, trying to bring all of that feeling into the photos.
Yeah, and that's like Nelly. You know, Nelly was we had him on the show. God, over almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was a while back, but
and just he's. I mean, he was just such a shredder as it was, and then he's just got that knack for knowing where to be in the right spot, taking pictures of these guys, as to where yours are.
He puts himself in some gnarly situations.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, he was talking about how he would just get worked by waves, just trying to get this one shot, and you know, like being out there almost all into nighttime, and you know, and then he got that cube thing going on.
That's when you get amazing light, though. There's really cool stuff that comes out of it.
Oh yeah, and that those cube shots, those glowing cubes. That remember, that was crazy. But
I think it was all. I think the coolest thing that Nelly was doing was those the mix of lights, the strobes, all that kind of stuff. Trying to a bunch of guys. That was cool. The way he really brought skate photography, and I think that comes straight out of TR, but. He really mastered it and really brought it to a huge audience.
Yeah. And actually, I mean, and just to clarify, folks, this is Rob Brodman, photographer extraordinaire. But
this is my portfolio. This is the last portfolio I made right before the pandemic for 2019, and it's that photo on the cover of it. That's
nice.
That's cool.
That you just had up,
yeah, this one.
Which I love, dude. I love.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Yeah, so
so beautiful.
Yeah, that was the last portfolio I printed. So it's time to do a new one, I guess.
Pandemic's over. Time to free it up.
Yeah. Those rocks, I love those rocks. They're just my.
That's outside of Ocean Beach.
Man. Yeah, that's right out in front of the Cliff House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I was just about to explain. Rob, Matt Walker, Steve Geisinger, Dave Nelson, Tony Roberts. God, who else is doing photography? We got Carlo,
Carlo
Adam,
and Adam. They've got
Carbajal.
Jaws on lockdown.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Piahi and all that.
Yeah.
They all these guys we grew up with together, and it was so funny because all of us, I mean, kind of all went our different way. I mean, we all had talents or whatever.
Everybody went different ways. It's funny.
But so many of you all became photographers. And I mean, well, then, you know, we got Feldy.
Now everybody's a photographer.
Yeah, dude.
Right.
It comes back to that ubiquity and just kind of, I'm really glad I'm not coming up in it right now. I think it would be a really, really difficult.
Oh, dude. So hard. Well, it's like trying to launch a podcast. It tain't easy, lad. Tain't easy at all.
Everybody was telling Rogan he was an idiot, but
yeah,
right. Yeah.
That's that forefront, right?
Right. Now see, and now look at this. Now explain this shot. This is just, I mean, I know what it is, but the way you did it was beautiful.
Slow shutter speed and just letting that wash of the water. Like I was just letting waves come over me, and I knew that I would get some draw. It was probably 60th of a second. Might have been a 30th.
And so what is this a picture of?
Those are starfish,
right?
On Seal Rock. I go and swim around those rocks because it's just so. There's such a mana to them. I guess I don't know. They draw me. I really enjoy being around them. So this was 35 millimeter lens, just swimming super, just a little low tide, like what we just had. I was really bummed. We just had the most amazing weather and tides and everything. I was COVID. I had no
Yeah.
energy. I couldn't get out of bed. The last 2 days were for the first time I've been like up and about and feeling good. Christmas and the day after. So
Oh wow.
yeah, it's been gnarly. I didn't realize it was going to slam me as hard as it did, but
Yeah. It hits everybody so different. It's weird.
yeah, yeah.
But yet again, though, I mean, nobody, who would think of doing this?
Oh,
You know?
I don't know. I think I'm influenced by a lot of people that have done things before, and
Well,
there's
okay.
something about motion blur that always. This is what kind of brings in what photography is, and whether or not film is photography or digital is photography. Photography
Yeah.
is action of actually taking a snippet of time in relationship to the sensitivity, in relationship to the size of the hole, right?
Right.
Those
Oh,
are
yeah.
your three components, and whether or not it's photography, it's photography.
But
It's
I
funny,
love
yeah.
the difference and no picture. I mean, seriously, we've gone from, shown 6 pictures now. Not one is,
8 so far.
yeah, it's not one of them are really of the same thing until we get to the Pelicans. And, but see, now look, when you're out, this is not a typical surf picture. And I love the texture in the water. I mean,
Well,
and then the depth of field of it.
does
Oh,
this?
hold
So
on.
yeah,
There we go.
this was there Rob Brodman, and
Oh,
There
so
it is
cool.
right there.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the 2016 APA Awards, which is the Association of Photographers,
Oh,
Photographic Artists,
wow.
right? And it was a national award for that photo. That was
Dude.
that was the first one that that's where I was like, oh wow, cool. It looks different than what everybody's seeing then. That's rad.
So now, I mean, yeah, this is your peers. I mean,
Yeah,
people
right.
that you're trying to impress.
Nationally, yeah, that's where
Yeah.
I was. Yeah, that's
And
why I went. Oh, cool. That's rad.
and so, I mean, what'd you think when that happened? Because I
Oh,
was
see,
actually
this
going to bring this
really.
up later, but now that we're here, so
So the year before, I had a bunch of images that won in our local, in the APA San Francisco does a San Francisco something personal, and it's it's all the photographer. Thanks, Jeff. So the locals get together and everybody they had this thing, and I ended up first time I had ever entered it, and I had 3 images that got in.
yeah.
And in my head, I was like, I paid the money. Okay, whatever. I'm in. And and then I mentioned it to another friend of mine, and he's like, I didn't get in. I was like, oh, oops, like
Yeah. Right.
okay, don't. And then when I won the national one, I was like, wow, that's killer. And then I won the next year another national award, and that photo was what's that one? That was of the Pelicans. And
Yeah.
that's that one. There you go. That's exactly.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
next year, this one won, and that's why I was saying I wanted to give you a few to give you a little bit of a story. But yeah, so this one won the next year, and this is what's. I don't ever want to have expectations of what I'm going to get when I go do whatever it is that I want to go photograph.
Right.
This last trip that I just got back from, when I went to Hawaii to go photograph the ice and the lava, I had something in my head, and it was against Pele for what I had planned. There's a guy I know who digs in the lava and makes molds.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Molds.
wow.
Made a face mold, and he's done a bunch of different things, and I really wanted to photograph him. I brought lights with me. I did everything thinking I'm going to get George to get this photograph. And to do that, we have to go walk out on the lava. And I don't know that I was thinking clearly in the mana aspect of it, and the respect to Pele. And that became, I think, why I ended up getting sick, as well as not getting any photographs that I really liked. I had a couple of images that are there, but I think technically they're poor, and it really was a strange experience because the whole trip ended up being really weird for me, but that's a whole other aspect. So that expectation thing, I think, is something that's really hard to. Some people go out with like locked in, and they're getting this fucking shot. That's you look at Roots. Walker hikes miles to his butt and wade through a storm to just get dumped on, and then boom, it's there for him, right? But he's done. And Galen Rowell is somebody who I was hugely influenced with, mountaineer, and everything was super planned and everything was figured out. And for some reason, I'm inspired by that. But for me, I just need to experience whatever it is, and then something's going to present itself to me.
Okay. Well, now let's go back to this Pelicans shot real quick. And I had one quick question as we were talking. I made a note. He's making. Hey, you said that gentleman was making face molds out of the lava.
Well, so he had made a plaster mold, same kind of thing that Miss Aguayo had us do. You make a plaster mold, and then you punch the clay into the mold, right? Well, he just pours molten lava into it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He's made these shoes that you walk out onto the molten lava, because it's a non-Newtonian fluid, so you won't punch through. It's similar to cornstarch.
All right, Mr. Fancy Frenchy words. Now quit messing around and talking about me, because I don't know what that means.
Fluids would be a really odd world to live in.
Oh, somebody didn't pay attention in English class, did they? No. That's right. You just use words. W-U-R-Z.
Hey,
words.
Mrs. failed me. I don't want to hear any of this. She told me I was illiterate and I didn't deserve to graduate. So I went and took an ESL class at West Valley, and I got out of Dodge. Always a workaround. There's always a workaround, right? No matter what it is, you got to just find your workaround.
Right.
Oh, man.
Okay, yeah, no, and just to clarify, Miss Aguayo was our old ceramics teacher back in high school.
Mrs. A's famous salsa.
Yeah, she actually has her own salsa business now, and from what I understand, it's quite amazing. So
delicious.
Yeah. So anyway, okay, now back to here we go. Who's that?
That is me. I figured people wanted to see a picture of me. I didn't realize I was going to be doing.
You look like you're farting, and you got caught farting.
So,
like
that day,
did you just take that picture?
Swimming around those rocks sometimes can get a little hectic. And this day, the current got me, and I ended up having to come in scrambling up the rocks underneath Sutro baths instead of coming in on the beach.
Oh, wow.
And this was one of those days where I came walking back down the hill. I used to walk up that hill. That was I lived before I got with Peggy. Right there was the beach, is just a block down the hill, 2 blocks, a block and a half.
Oh, wow.
So that was my walk, was just simple up that hill. And this day I came all the way back around. My buddy was sitting there, and he just grabbed my camera because I set it down. I was like, you know, telling him. He's a photographer, Joe Budd.
If anybody's just jumping in here and listening, this is Rob Brodman, world-class photographer out here, and just so many different venues of photographs and different styles. And see, now this is where I start falling deeper in love, because it just reminds me of, me trying to surf and falling underwater. And so
water. That's all I want you to do. Is I just want it to feel like that's what it is. That's the backside of Seal Rock. Really mellow day. Thanks, Wendy. It's the Heart Rock, and it's kind of the only perspective you can get. That is, you got to be way out on the point, or from in the water right there.
Right. And I mean, just some of these shots are just so.
That was just
and here we go, Pelicans again. And at first I didn't. Again, I didn't get what you were going with the Pelicans. I'm like, okay, they're just big, goofy birds, whatever. But dude, there's so, and you know, if we went back a few slides to some of these pictures of how they fly and in their formations, and it is absolutely beautiful. And but then you see him and you're like, oh God, a pelican.
Full on Gomer Pyle, right? The voice that came out of that animal. I mean, woo.
Yeah, it's just amazing, and you don't realize how big they are until they're upon you, and you're just like, oh crap. So and I just see now this another one, a surfing shot, technically, but it is beautiful. Explain this shot. Tell me the story behind this.
Long lens. I was never really a long lens guy until I started shooting in the water, and more I preferred, because our lineup is not very clean. You got to move around. It's around a lot of different places, and you're dodging things a lot of times. So using the longer lens allows me to compress it and be able to reach things that I wouldn't necessarily be if I was shooting a wide angle, and just became something that I prefer out there. Sometimes I still shoot with the 35, but I've never been a super like fisheye guy. That never really fit my scene. But this is shallow depth of field. I prefer doing things like that so that it shows you get something crisp, but it creates this just more intriguing to me by having that soft and hard edge kind of thing.
Right. Now, but see, and the thing I love about this too is there's three real different areas that we're looking at. You've got your sky or horizon, whatever you want to call it, the wave, which is just starting to curl, and then you've got, I guess this is another wave right in front of it, like a swell.
Water. It's just water. Yeah. I'm shooting I'm like right at the edge of the water, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, just the out of focus swell, the in focus mist coming off of the crest of the wave.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and
so many things going on, dude.
Almost so perfectly contrast that you can see the mist coming off into the sky in the background. Like it's incredible.
That's all manual focus.
I
don't use autofocus, because if I were to use autofocus, it would never choose the right.
No.
Right? I mean, just randomly chooses, right? Nothing's wrong with random, but in photography, it's.
I was gonna say, wait a minute.
Yeah, good for podcast, bad for.
Sometimes it works. Sometimes autofocus things work amazingly well. 70 to 200 on my Canon 5D.
Wow.
Dude, and it's
and then
so
I started
amazing.
shooting landscapes, and that's my neighborhood. That's the outer Richmond,
right?
On the beach. That's Balboa Street. I spent 20 years living on that street, and now I'm just up 10 blocks away and up the hill a little bit, looking down over that.
Right, dude. Yeah. And again, it's this show. Well, let me get the crawler out of there again. Let me hide. Now, I love this because again, you have so much happening, dude, and not in a like, okay, the waves, they're action, they're moving, they're crashing, they're foaming, they're doing their thing. You got the bird flying, but then you've got this part of the city, you know, it's and the lighting on it, going
Street
up the hill. The sky in the background with the sun setting. It's beautiful, dude. It's a beautiful.
My neighbors always love these. They're always like, "Oh yeah, there's the."
I remember that day I was out there and changing the tire, and I looked up and beautiful.
The thing that I'm doing here is you can't get that same perspective without being in the water, right?
Right.
When you take that photograph from the beach, you don't see that far up the street or any of it, because you follow it out in the water. You get more of a sense of the landscape rather than when you're photographing from the beach.
So, absolutely. And that was like one thing I loved about sailing. You know,
right?
You'd be out sailing and you turn around and you look back and you're like,
you were saying that bit about the Sea Scouts. The boat that I learned how to sail in was an old Sea Scout boat that my neighbor had bought for $500.
Oh, really?
The guy that lived across the street from me when I was living where that picture was taken, he and I just met when I had first moved in, and he says, "Hey, do you sail?" And I said, no. He goes, you want to learn? I'm like, yeah. So we're driving over to go to his boat one day. And he says, I said, so how long you been sailing? He goes, oh, I don't. I just bought this boat and I want to learn how to sail it. So we were sailing out of Alameda out into the bay. And the two of us are learning on this little thing going, okay, you do this. And, oh, look at that. And I got to the point where I could bring this thing in and park it without even using the engine.
Oh man.
Oh, it was so much fun. We'd sail underneath the bridge. And,
I can just see it. Hey, why is that pole coming at me? Boom. Oh, that's called
I learned. I knew what the boom was. I
was gonna say that's the boom, and you need to watch out for it. Yeah.
But no, I worked.
Go ahead, Andy.
I worked a summer on Angel Island, and and the perspective, like if you walk around that island, the perspective you get on the bay is just it's so different from anything else that you see.
Especially when you can get up the hill and
yes,
down across things, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's incredible.
Makes just seeing things from a whole, it's like people that go out to Alcatraz and they turn around, they look at the city and they're just like, whoa.
My wife's done that swim a couple of times.
Oh yeah.
What? Whoa. Put this picture down for a second. Hold on.
Yeah.
What?
She doesn't do so much open water swimming anymore. But she used to do triathlons and that kind of stuff. So
wow.
She'd done that. Those guys for sure made it off the island. You know they did.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of factors that could say it didn't happen, but
you time that. You're sitting. If your goal is to get off that rock, and you're
going to get off that rock,
you're sitting there watching the tides. You're like, dude, see if we go this time, it takes us there. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're walking to Baskin Robbins. What's up? Actually coming out of that water, you wouldn't be going to Baskin Robbins. You'd be hitting Pier 39 and getting some steamed crabs with drawn butter.
There you go.
Right. Fresh sourdough. I need some food now. All right. Sorry. Okay. Next slide. There it is. Back to the
nation. Right.
Yeah. And dude, look at that. See, that's so cool. Look at the way they're arcing over.
Everybody in formation, and they're all just drafting off each other. Little bit of feathering, feather the wingtip, feather up. Everything's just like, it's just so graceful and amazing.
And I love the colors that you caught here too. I mean, that's
due to somebody else pulled that one together.
What? God? What do you mean?
We don't need to start into that conversation. That could take.
No, but I mean, what do you mean? What?
Exactly. Whatever you want to call that, whatever that is.
Okay.
The whole aspect of we're immersed in this amniotic fluid that's cold as shit. But
right, but I mean, dude, you caught this. I mean, you took the time and you went, okay, that's the shot. And again, anybody that they're like, oh, is this a time lapse picture? Because that's what it looks like with the Pelicans. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And then
and there'd be way too much movement between each frame.
No, right. It would be just like a blurry line over the. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I get it, but what I'm saying, I mean, that's what it kind of looks like. And then you had that one pelican just way up high.
Yeah.
Off center of the picture.
See how much, just because he's up is why he's off the draft, right? And he's drawn the others with him. So they're going to have to figure out they're going to go up and then they're going to try to drop down back into the draft with those others. Because the others are just starting into the slot. Like the wave's moving away from you right now. And the face of that wave is generating the lift for them. So as they're feeding into it, the one off the back didn't catch in, but they're just about to drop in. So all of them are surfing just the same way as you see these guys on these foil boards now. Like, that same concept. They're riding the energy on the other side of the wave, which brings you into the whole body surfing concept where you're actually riding in the wave rather than on top of it.
Right.
So my experience with the ocean has just gone exponential since I started shooting in the water. My friend Judith, she used to body surf Mavericks and massive ocean beach, saved surfers a couple of times. She's just an amazing water woman, and she's suffering MS drastically, causing problems for her now. But she really taught me a lot of just how to feel the water, and it's just changed the whole experience for me. It makes it so much more enveloping and being a part of it.
Right. Dude, and that's
waves.
Wow. And I mean, you can see it in your photography too. And now this I always thought was cool.
Right? Isn't that?
Tower Hill.
I love that one. Yeah, I love that.
Tower Hill, and then this guy. It looks like he's just like popping up. Hey! But I again, so many different things going on with these pictures, and I love your perspective on these shots, dude. It's just. It's really, really so cool. You got that guy who's like in perfect focus, and you got the wave that's cresting in front of you.
Yeah.
And then you can see part of the city right there. And Tower Hill in the background, and the lights and the clouds. It's just it's so great, man. And you can see why you've been winning awards.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you. Yeah, right. They just do it for you. I've been wanting that photo for so long, and I really wanted them just a little bit lower.
You stupid Pelicans! Why do you always mock me?
Someday maybe I'll get it. Maybe it'll come together for me.
Well, now, okay, and now hold on. I'm going to put the disclaimer up here for a second, because we're about to go this level. How much does it look like something out of Star Wars?
Yeah,
Andy?
right? Yeah, those X fighters or whatever.
Right? That's dude. So, but
the one on the far right feels the most like it.
Well, and then but
maybe
now
the third one from the right too. Just that down motion, right? They're in the up motion. They're starting to bring their wings back up.
Right. Yeah.
Wow. Locking wings into battle position. But see now look over here on the very far right. Is that Pelicans there on the bottom?
No, those are surfers.
Oh yeah.
Is it Pelicans?
No, they are.
Well, yeah, they are coming in. Yeah,
more birds. Yeah.
You don't even know in your own damn photo. What the hell?
Yeah. I hadn't looked at it.
Just so excited about what he got up top.
Sometimes, I didn't call those guys in. They just showed up.
No, it's great.
I just
right.
believe in surfers.
And this, well, there you can see me and Uncle Bob. I'm right there.
Just San Francisco. That just used to be such a strange concept, to have a sunny day on the summer where the beach was packed.
Yeah. No, it never happened. It never happened.
Yeah, but it's happening more and more in my neighborhood. Is in the past 20 years has just boomed. Same with Santa Cruz. All of California coast is really just the amount of money and people that have decided that the ocean lifestyle or the beach lifestyle is cool.
Right.
It is, but boy, they're all here now.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
And it's funny because that looks like a very similar area to where my sister goes and walks her dog.
Oh, where's she live?
I have my two older sisters live in San Francisco.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. And
do I know them?
Katrina, do you remember Katrina?
Oh, no.
She graduated a year before us.
Yeah, I wasn't too aware.
Yeah. It was I, dude. I was a little out of sorts some days. Patsy Ann!
I was somewhat narcissistic at that point.
Well, we'll call it narcissistic. Okay.
Yeah.
Dude.
This is the manual focus thing where they're flying at you and you're just like, oh, just trying to crank in the focus and stay on them. And boy, they just set up for me on that one. Yeah.
All right. Now I got to ask the question. How many of them have crapped on you?
Why'd you ask? I haven't even never really knock on some driftwood here.
Never had a bird crap on you?
dude, fuck, what are you doing to me?
Well, I mean, dude, you get so many
I
photos
also
of
haven't
these.
been hit by a shark, and I don't want to discuss that one either. Right?
Good point. Good point. Yeah. No, we don't need. Yeah. And now,
Look at those
okay. So
feathers. Isn't that amazing? Those feathers are just so amazing.
Oh yeah.
He's locked on me. He's just staring at me because it's this big port lens. It's like he's like, oh shit, what did I just fly by? You know, something get me.
Now,
Yeah.
and are you using? I mean, you obviously have fins and stuff where you're out there just kind of churning and.
Do a lot of treading water. Currents are pretty heavy out at Ocean Beach a lot of times.
Oh yeah.
So you do a lot of treadmill. You just keep kicking. You're just trying to stay in place, so you just keep kicking. And
Wow.
I don't go out when it's big anymore. I don't have the stamina, so it's okay. You know, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm fine with living.
Yeah.
And now this I loved because the color. Just
Right?
you think it's a black and white picture, but it's not.
No. And that the little touch of the windmill in the soccer field.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, it's just again. You focus on one thing and then you're like, oh well, look, and you go all over the place and there's something different going on everywhere, and then there's that one little hint of color over on the right hand side. It's just it's great shots, man. Just
the delicacy of the color is what I love.
Yeah.
That's when the lights just what you were saying about being passed in the dark or whatever. That's part of the game. You're out there and you're waiting for that to just go to that point where it's just like it's just the touching. It's just the edge of it.
Right.
And this is where does it have to be in focus? Yeah, something's in focus, but it's not even that tack sharp. But it's this feeling. It's just an emotional thing.
And it's just there's again so much going on with it, man. And I love seeing all this stuff. It's
thanks, dude.
It's just absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Look at that.
That was just a poster. So I was in this show at the Cliff House. The Cliff House is closed and has been for the pandemic.
So sad. Yeah.
A friend of mine with the Outside Lands and the Great Highway Gallery got together and promoted becoming an art gallery. So I had this photograph is the poster on the outside to announce the show.
Nice.
Wow.
So honored that John did that for me. And then I had the photograph where you said this is the one where that little heart in the rock and the water, and you said it makes you feel like you're in the water. That was the photograph that was inside the show. And we were standing at the window, looking out the window at that image was my photograph next to you. So,
wow.
Really, it was just like to be a part of that because it's such a historical time. It'll never be an art gallery again. Right.
Yeah.
Time that a commercial residence like that became just a full-on community supported art show. It was an amazing thing to be a part of because it was all this history of the area, the Sutro baths and the photography, and people who'd taken the same photographs for hundreds of years. You know, we all stood there and just stared at those rocks and photographed them. And I don't mind comb stomping when it stands like that. You know.
Now this one's a seagull. What's up with that?
I'm sorry. They were just walking around, and
this picture's crap. Get it out of here.
Somebody gave me a hassle because of the jet ski.
No, the colors is what's really mind blowing in here.
Yeah.
I
can't take credit for that. That's all.
I got you. But it's still you took the picture.
Yeah, but I mean, the clear sky like this is such a delicacy in the Bay Area. You
That's
know,
it.
During January is when we really get all this. You know?
Yeah, no, that's the truth.
Late fall and January, February before the rains, and this time of year is just crisp and colorful sunsets. And sunrise.
Absolutely beautiful. Boom! Look at this. Look at that.
Yeah.
Dropping in.
This is down at Gazo's. This is down at Gazo's Creek. Actually, I went and surfed with Whitey and OJ.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah. So I didn't.
Wow.
Put the photo of them. But.
Just beautiful shot. I love the lines and the waves.
Right.
It's
It's the
dude, it's
textures.
just
Sometimes,
yeah.
sometimes you just got to appreciate beauty for what it is, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely,
That's
absolutely.
surfing. Yeah.
Um,
Waves are amazing. They're such an amazing thing. It's bathymetry and wind and
oh yeah.
travels so many miles. So that photo of the birds earlier that I'd said that I'd been trying for years. This is another one that I wanted for years, and I think it just needed to be a big enough day to make it happen. So got a whole sequence of that wave just barreling all the way at me, looking
Oh
through.
wow.
I just that one was like, yeah, there we go. Okay, you just
All
perseverance.
right.
Keep trying. Keep
Thanks.
there.
Thanks. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's well, it's like one of my favorite shots that Nelly's done is at Mavericks, where
Yeah.
it's almost very similar to this. It's just a big, thick lip, and it's like getting ready to pitch, and you
Yeah.
just see it, and you're just like, oh, I mean, I used to go and just sit and watch Mavericks,
Just an amazing
and
feat.
yeah, I'd be amazed, but then you get guys like Nelly out there in the thick of it, taking pictures of it, and you're just like, there's for that wave to
Alistair took me
happen
over.
is so much.
Alistair took me over to the left one time. He took me out to go photograph one day. This is back in the early '90s, and I guess it was maybe it was '97, might have been '99.
Yeah.
I was still shooting film, and he took me around over to the left, and I just, that wave when it cracked, he had told me where they were towing from was so far out. He's like, we usually tow like a mile out from here.
Right.
But we came around, and that thing was, I don't know, it was 20 plus, but that sound, I just was hitting him on the shoulder. I'm like, dude, out of here. I know we're in a corner. Get me out of here. I don't want to be anywhere near that. That's
it's scary power.
I'm like,
Yeah.
it makes me, it makes you a little, it's just something different. Something not right.
No, and I mean, a lot of people are they're like, oh yeah, it's surfing, whatever, it's big. I'm like, you have no idea the power of that wave. I said, go out in the ocean and play in a small wave and have it toss you around. I'll never forget.
Knock you back onto the beach when it's chest high.
Yeah. Yeah. I got pinned in the reef at Natural Bridges. And I was never,
the waves washing over you, you're not getting up.
No, you don't get out, and you're just, I mean, I did what everybody told me to do, and I just held on and I waited, and then as soon as I could, I went up,
Yeah.
and I paddled in and said, okay, yeah, this is why skimboarding's cool.
Right.
So
one of the stupidest things I ever did was my friends and I went boogie boarding at night, and we went to Twin Lakes down in Santa Cruz, and typically
alongside the cliff there.
Oh yeah, and you get the good shot of the boardwalk on the right hand side. Yeah, we and it was a cloudy night, so we couldn't see the waves until they were breaking. And that was just after the fifth time of getting pummeled by a wave and we're like, you know what? Let's just hang out on the beach, start a fire, and that'll be it.
Right. you just, the amount of people that get separated from their floating devices and the ocean can do things that for sure.
Oh, it's dangerous. Yeah, it's dangerous thing to play with.
Yeah, there's some I love how the light on the bottoms of the clouds. That's the stuff.
Oh, man.
It's crisp.
Yeah. Just beautiful, dude.
You what? I've just turned around. It looks like I've just come in, and I'm just turned around and went, oh, look at that! It just lined it up. I'll just take up the whole frame. Mm-hmm. It's just ridiculous. You'll get this string of birds. It's just
it's so cool.
Following each other home.
Yeah. And then look, you see the guys out there surfing, watching them.
Yeah. Everybody loves it. Everybody looks at them. They're the best surfers for sure.
Yeah. It's beautiful. Absolutely amazing. Yeah. Another great shot, dude. Just the whole different perspectives of it all. It's just, you see the one pelican over here. It looks like it's falling in the water. No, that's just a wave in front of you. That's all it is. It's just so cool. What else we got in here? Look at that. All the different flaps
Right?
each bird's
They're
doing.
all in
you
their
know?
own little rhythm. None of them are in line. They're
Right.
all just taking off from. That was a day that there was so many birds in the water. It was just I'd never seen so many of them just sitting, and I was I just started swimming into them. That's when they all just started flocking out, like they just wanted to get away from me. So I just instantly had to come up and just start shooting them all. And that's why they're not in formation. I'm so close to them. The whole thing was. I keep trying. I had one day where I was out there and they all just started diving around me.
Those are the weirdest looking birds, though.
So these birds came from. I've got this thing, like I love to come out of the water and try to make the lens not have any droplets on it, in case there's some cool people that happen to be around and I can take their photo. I love it when I get to photograph my neighbors because they're down there walking their dog or whatever. Again, just liking to meet people. So all these ladies were just down enjoying. Like it's something I take so much for granted almost.
Yeah.
So many people have never been to the beach, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
To go walk out on Ocean Beach is a huge change.
Yeah.
So,
And you'd be surprised how many people live super close to the ocean, never see it.
yeah. Well, there's a Me Water Foundation and Big Dog Surf. They go in and get these guys from the inner city and really take these kids out surfing and do some really cool things here in San Francisco. So
Nice. Very cool. Another just beautiful, amazing shot. How many awards have you won for these?
Just these. I don't really do those things anymore. I kind of just bailed on it. I don't know. Answer and all that.
You're like, yeah, I won, whatever. It's over.
So all of this stuff is all personal. It's never been anything that I've really promoted. I do the Instagram stuff and I've never really tried to do. I've sold prints and stuff in a couple of shows and people want things, I sell them, and it's just something I've never really pushed because I've just always been a commercial photographer. I do a lot of portraiture, I do a lot of product photography, I do fashion, I do whatever it is.
Right.
But, that was how I made my living, and this was my escape.
Yeah. Well, your escape is freaking amazing, dude.
Thanks.
Look at that. I love the reflection in the dude. Right. It's just so cool.
Yeah, just so crisp.
And a great
I really feel like I'm coming into it after all these years of doing it. It's I've got this is 13, 14 years of swimming with a camera, and I think that's something they say 10 years before you start to figure something out.
Yeah. Well, God, I hope we don't got 10 years trying to figure out this podcast. Wow. Look at again, man, you have this great knack for finding the right shot. And
that would be a problem normally, right? Those are water droplets that ended up on the lower edge of the frame. But it just added to that.
It does. It looks like you actually put them in there. It's so cool.
And that's serendipity, and that's in my mind, that's the art. That's the.
Oh my gosh, these Frenchy words again. You're making my brain hurt. I gotta go look words up on the Googler.
That's when things just happen.
Okay, tell me that bird didn't crap on you.
But he sure as hell is checking me out. Block time, is that a fish?
I was gonna say that's the biggest fish I ever seen.
Right?
I'm gonna go.
What's going on?
I feel like if this bird crapped on him, we would see the crap in the picture.
Falling, right?
Right. Yeah. No, it would have struck
pictures of crap falling. I think I do have several of those. But look at his wings. Look at how beat up his wings are. Putting those things together and dive bombing to go nab a fish that he's going to stuff that awkward foot-long beak down into the water, come up with a mouthful of long, 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 long.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But he is kind of looking at you like, That's the biggest fish I ever seen. I'm about to eat for a lifetime, are matey?
I think he's more concerned that I'm going to eat him. There's you go. There's the emotion blur again, working it in a different aspect, right?
Yeah.
Rather than the subject, I'm panning with the subject, and I managed to get one of those guys in with me. That's the game. It's all I'm shooting shallow because I like that quality of where things come sharp and really draws your attention to something.
Yeah.
But allowing the ocean and the motion and everything to still work in that is what I was going for, and I got lucky. So
Yeah.
Just beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful. I mean, yeah. I know these dude, look at
white water in the foreground.
Yeah.
It shows you that you're in the water.
Curl of the wave, and it's
yeah.
I mean, these are just, I mean, it's just a great eye, dude. And seriously, I mean, it's not like you're just sitting out there going, you're like, hey, look at over there.
I'm thinking sometimes.
Just absolutely beautiful.
As much as Strauss wants to call me a dope. I got a real problem with something. You know? That's not my problem. That's his problem.
Okay, so Wendy down here, and again, hello Patsy, and yes, I saw you flub something on your computer there. Patsy Ann's a longtime fan of the show.
What was the same thing that you were thinking, Patsy?
Wendy was talking about if you have a coffee table book.
So, like, I guess you just heard Wendy. It's funny because that portfolio. I've made a few books for friends. A friend of mine taught me how to make books, so I started making these little 6-pagers, and they're just it's just kind of a little gift thing that I'll do. So yeah, maybe I will do something like that. It just always feels like it's cost prohibitive. They're so expensive.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. But now okay, so people want to buy some of these. You have a website.
My website has a section that says print shop, and the easiest thing for me is for somebody to just email me the photograph they like from the website. There's a little button that has an envelope, and that'll allow you to email that photograph to anybody you want. You can put in a message and email it to one of your friends, or email it to me and tell me that you'd like to get a print of it. I like printing myself just because it gives me more control over it. But at the same time, I've been playing with this concept of doing this photo moto thing that's on my website, where you can order it directly, but sometimes some glitches to happen. So
yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. Let's tell people the website here, so that way
ROBBRODMAN.com.
Okay, just robbrodman.com.
Yeah.
And we'll have a link to that on our website, therandomchristianshow.com, with the show and all that, because you need to get some of these pictures, people. These are just absolutely amazing. And so, Rob, what do you got going on for the future here?
Well, tomorrow I've got to kind of work on this window. I had to take a window out the other day. I had this weather coming, and I had this window that had been leaking, so I had to get the window out and tape the plastic thing up.
Yeah,
so,
well, just take a picture of it.
Well, because I'm feeling better, I'm waiting for the weather to break. We've got some really bad rains, and I don't like to get in the water for a few days after that.
Yeah. No, I got you.
When you think about it, everything from the Delta washes right out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Take a couple. Let things flood out. Right.
Yeah. It's like being down in San Diego during the winter storms and the Tijuana sewers flow over into San Diego. Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate the opportunity, Chris. It's a lot of fun talking to you again.
Dude, this has been an absolute blast, but you're not getting away that so easy.
Cool. Dun.
Now it's time for
Random questions of insanity.
Yeah. Someday we'll find that guy.
I'm with you. I'm crazy. I'll take some of those.
We're just trying to figure out where that guy comes from, but
I know. Just don't know where he is.
he knows the cue, which is great. So
Exactly. Yeah.
That's a talent.
So yeah,
Coming in on
is.
time. A lot of people have a hard time.
Huh?
The millennials that you were talking about, they really seem to have a hard time.
Please don't say millennial. Please don't say it. No.
Manic millennial.
We don't want to conjure it.
You got to put that one away.
All right, so we do this little thing on the show called Random Questions of Insanity. Whether you want to play or not, it's not your choice at this point because we're old friends, and it's
Can I keep my clothes on?
Yes.
Well,
yes.
that's kind of preferred.
Okay. Yeah, I think we'll let that rule slide this time.
All right, cool.
We already know you're not wearing pants under this anyway, so it's fine.
You're right.
So we ask a couple base questions, and then these are all just questions that tell about your psyche and how Rob Brodman thinks and what makes his world tick.
Or whatever that stuff is.
Sure.
My head.
Phrenology,
is that a good word for you? Phrenology?
Stop it with the words.
Okay, what's my question?
All right, first one is, what is the best James Bond film?
Octopussy.
Oh, all right. We will take that as a correct answer.
My sister will kill me for saying that.
What is your favorite sandwich and what all is on it, Rob? Bread slice to bread slice. What kind of bread? All that.
God, there's two, right?
Oh.
Like one's the Cubano, like a full-on proper Cubano with the roll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like that, but then a muffalata.
Oh,
ciabatta,
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
Nod and different cold cuts. You get some mozzarella and some salami and something like that. Somewhere in those two.
Okay.
So somewhere around there.
Really happy because a friend of mine's starting a new restaurant that he's going to have muffaladas at. So.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. We tried. We were introduced to the muffalata in New Orleans during my honeymoon, and no better place. No better place to get the introduction to them.
A lot of jokes I could have gone with right there.
Yeah.
Being good. All right. All right, Andy, hit him.
What was your favorite toy growing up?
I guess I'm going to still count growing up as being in my teens, so I'm going to go with a surfboard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Surfboard or a bicycle. Skateboards are too dangerous. They hurt.
It really doesn't hurt when you get worked on a wave and smacked around with your surfboard skate.
I mean, if you're surfing reefs or you hit now body surfing, no problem. Now my fins are I'm still growing up, so my fins are my favorite.
Let's see. What's the best music genre?
Ska punk.
Ooh.
Boom.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you get that because that is the right answer.
It just keeps you. I think that still keeps me young.
Keeps you young, and it's just
an old man thinking that. I don't know.
It's good music. It's just damn good music.
It's fun. It's just happy and jolly.
Yeah. You don't really get depressed listening to the English beat. So anyway, okay, Andy.
I give you a time machine and you can go back and shoot any point in history with your camera. What do you go shoot?
I thought we were going to end up with an Adolf Hitler question again. I was like,
I would shoot Hitler given the opportunity. I think that Inglourious Bastards is a fantastic movie.
Oh
yeah. Maybe Martin Luther King's speech.
Oh, yeah.
Just because I think I'd want to photograph the people that didn't want to hear it.
Oh,
nice. That's
interesting.
Man.
You know,
That's an interesting point.
There was that recent picture of what's his name, the owner of the Cowboys,
Jerry Jones.
Oh, Jerry Jones, yeah.
Right. There was a photograph of him at some rally where it wasn't a rally, and he's saying that he's standing in the back, and he doesn't look like an angry guy in the picture. And I'm not trying to say he had any part of it, and I'm not equating any of that in that sense, but just to see that picture really got me, because I looked at it and thought, wow, how many people just get caught up in things because of the movement rather than what they actually believe or think.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm guilty of it. I wanted that Chris jacket when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Dad wouldn't let me have it, but he's like, you're not wearing pink stars on the inside of your jacket. No.
Not gonna happen, Rob. Okay. Let's see. You have a choice to save the world, Iron Man or Batman. Who do you choose?
Iron Man.
This is your friend. I knew that answer was going to come. I mean, come on.
Dude.
And he's a Batman.
Batman doesn't stand a chance against Iron Man, and I'm not a nerd on this stuff. I don't even, I don't know the history and everything, but I appreciate that Batman has such tragedy in his life and he wants to do good.
Mm-hmm.
But his tools are weak in comparison. Superman, now, on the other hand, that
right.
Other than
Superman's not real.
Right. Batman isn't either. Neither is Iron Man.
Iron Man is.
Kermit the Frog and Mr. Rogers.
Hey ho.
Absolutely 100%. Yeah.
Right?
Yay! All right, we're gonna have a great show today. All right. Okay. All right, Andy.
For sure. Who?
It's your night to order pizza for the group. What are we getting?
Pepperoni.
Yep.
Simple.
I'll
take it.
Pepperoni. Yeah. Preferably from the pizza place over on Noriega Street.
There is even a preferred pizza maker.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They make our pizza. Peggy and I, that was our first date, and we both love pizza. So
I remember you showing a picture of that.
Good question there, Andy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he just scored points with his wife. So guess we know where you're eating dinner tonight. What's better, ding dongs, ho hos, Twinkies, or fruit pies? Because this goes back to our old days.
I really like fruit pies.
I was gonna say, I remember you.
Yeah. I might go for a ho ho now. The fruit pie might be a little too sweet for me.
Okay, but back in the days, what was the fruit pie? Because I know it. I know it. The fruit pie.
I remember, dude. How do you remember this kind of stuff?
I was really high, and I was eating the same things you were.
Hey, did I try to make that pineapple tequila? Remember the was that with you? Did I try to ferment a pineapple?
Yes, and it was.
That was stupid. When you're a kid, you are just the most moronic animal on earth. You think you can do things, and you just.
We made the first edibles, for God's sakes. Do you not remember that? We marinated, we sauteed buds and then made omelets with them and got high.
I surfed for so long that day.
Dude, out of my mind.
It didn't hit us forever. That was I do remember.
And then the heartburn. Remember that?
Bud omelets are good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. Homegrown bud omelets, by the way. We had the perfect apartment for growing pot. Okay. Hey.
All right. So,
by the way, what fruit pie was it?
Cherry.
I thought so. Yeah.
No,
that was what I used to make I used to make cherry cheesecakes, and that was
But no, remember it was chocolate milk, cherry pies. Or root beer. Was it root beers or Dr.
Albertsons or Lucky's down the street?
Yeah, something like, dude. I just remembered. Oh my God, these are so good. Yeah.
Sorry, Mark, you're wrong. Batman didn't win.
Yeah, we're
Mark always picks up for the little guy.
reveling in defeat over here. All right. So a little caveat to this question: you do not have to divulge the secret, but have you ever kept a secret for more than a decade?
For sure.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not divulging. That's
No,
why.
you can't. No, yeah, please don't. But
No,
all
please
right.
don't. Please don't.
Yeah.
Because it's probably something about me that I don't want to remember. So.
No, I think it's how shit. That CRS syndrome is,
Oh yeah.
it's a good thing.
Somebody said something to me a long time ago. Oh, yeah, it's gone.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. What's another? What's one thing you can't do, but if you could, you would?
Give birth.
Oh, I don't know. I've seen giving birth.
Dude, how amazing
No.
to think that a life form came out of you. I mean, I'm sure you've dumped things that you went, oh my goodness.
Oh no, I
feel better, right? Think about having that thing come out of you.
Yeah, no, I've crapped a moose antlers first. Trust me. No, don't now.
No, I just think that's a pretty amazing thing to be able to do.
Well, yeah, when I saw childbirth, I went, wow, I'm glad I'm a dude.
I haven't watched it. No.
Yeah, no, yeah, you will change your mind, and you will also.
Yeah.
Huh? What?
The artificial that they put the cramping things on you for.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
feel what it feels like.
Nah, good. Trust me. Just glad I'm a dude, because if it was up to me, be no more people.
I don't know about no more, but definitely some that definitely shouldn't be here. That's for sure.
Hey, wait a minute. All right, Andy, one more.
Yeah. So typically this question is, what's the funniest way you've ever broken the law? But I'm going to edit it to say, have you ever broken the law to get a photograph that you really wanted?
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, obviously. But,
okay, and you don't need to say how or
no. I mean, it's just trespassing,
right?
Things like that.
Yeah.
But, I actually that brings up this topic because of the ubiquity of photography anymore, because of the Instagram world, TikTok world, and etc. People have really fucked some things up. And pardon my French for that, but they really do some stupid things.
Yeah.
And it's made me actually not want to be a photographer in a lot of ways. A lot of the stuff that I used to do, I don't want any part of anymore. Walker and I went on a trip right at the beginning of the pandemic, and we went to Glacier, and the two of us together. And I just so much respect for him and his work, and I love it. We had so much fun together, but he would be in touch with these guys that were talking about different things, and it really gives amazing. They're all super knowledgeable guys, but they're going to places and they're putting themselves off a trail, and they're doing things that really cause some problems that I think are not cool. We have rules, and I know that they all need to be broken, and I don't want to sound like I got mine or whatever, but it gets to a point where it's happening all through society. Like nobody has any respect for norms and values and mores anymore. And I think that that's causing us a lot of the animosity that happens between each other, and why you got a comment from me like what I just said about maybe there's some people that don't necessarily need to be here. You know, it's not a race. It's not a race. It's not a creed. It's nothing to do with any of that. It's having a sense of respect for others, and not necessarily saying, hey, just because I want this means that I should get it.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Oh yeah. Dude, preach it.
I just feel
listen, there it is.
Well, yeah, I've broken the law, Andy.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. And okay, let's end it with this. Where's your happy place?
Fuck. Probably at home.
with a pet pelican.
with my family and being close to the ocean and having things around me that make me feel like I'm safe and loved and cared for.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's that amniotic fluid out in the ocean. That's what I feel like when I'm out there.
Speaking of childbirth. Yeah. No, well said. Well said, sir.
I really appreciate the whole opportunity to do this and talk about it. It caused me to think about it a lot more because, you know, like I said, with those images that I got in those contests and winning national awards for your own passion thing, kind of, you know, I haven't really thought about it since the last one was in 2017. And I think I entered the next year and didn't, and I just said, screw it, I'm not going to bother. But it has been a real passion thing for me. So I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to think about what I've created and what I do and how much it is appreciated that people do like it. So that's great.
Absolutely. Rob Brodman, ladies and gentlemen, getting around and bringing the world to us through his lens. If you want to check him out, it's robbrodman.com.
I am wearing pants.
And we do all appreciate pants on. Rob, thank you so much, man. And we'll have to get Roots and everybody on here soon, man.
Thank you so much, man.
I think you find a whole plethora of people out there doing amazing shit.
Oh yeah, dude, it's awesome, man. So glad to have you on here, brother. We'll get you back, all right?
Appreciate it, man.
Get you back some more with some more
photos. Pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure meeting you too, Rob. Take care. It was great, man.
Rob, thank you, brother. All right, dude. See, I just got so many guys.
I know.
Anybody who watched the show, if you come back and watch it and you see the slides that we show, that is like a small smidgen of the stuff that he's got going on, and it's just amazing photography. Make sure you check it out. And these guys that he's talking about, we're gonna try and get some of them onto Tony Roberts. We're already talking with him. He was actually supposed to be on with us today, but couldn't do it. But we'll because I wanted a little forum.
There you go.
But we'll get him on, and we'll get everybody back on here. And Nelly, we want to get him back on. And so in the meantime, though, here's our website, therandomchristianshow.com or therandomchristianshow@gmail.com. You can reach out to us, check us out, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Where's the? Sorry, that's
all right.
To go that far down. Where's our next week's guest? There he is,
at
right
the very
there.
bottom.
Bill McClintock. Yeah, that's right. Bill is the musical mashup guy that you've heard him. You've seen this stuff on the web. He's just absolutely amazing. The stuff he does, it's just genius. And very excited to get him on the show. And then that's going to kick off our new year because this is kicking off the end of the new year. So we're going to kick off and we're going to say, now I'm on the wrong. I hit the wrong button again. Stupid buttons. Yeah. All right. So that's it. That's it for the show. That's it for the year. I want to say thank you all so much. Everybody being out there, joining in with the show. Patsy Ann, Mark Sowersby. Who all did we have on here? Good Lord, we had a huge crowd today. Really appreciate you guys checking us out. Jeff Strauss, everybody that just jumped in here and talked with us. Corey Hall, as always. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe. Like I said, be a part of the show. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell strange people in the street. And we love that you guys are all a part of this. So thank you so much. And for me, I just want to say thank you to that guy right there.
Well, thank you, Christian.
You complete me.
Oh,
you complete me. Here, can we do that?
Oh, yeah, we can.
That we can do.
Yes.
There. That's as close as we get it.
There we go.
So I don't know where my hands have been.
Now you tell me.
Welcome to it. All right, kids. That's the end of the show. We're out of here. I want to thank you all so much. Peace out. Be good to each other. God bless you all. Take care of each other. We're all we got. We'll see ya in 1 week with Bill McClintock. Peace out, kids.